Gaffer, we're looking for a response on Saturday after the defeat at Port Vale?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely got one second half. So yeah, another big response. I think even after the match I spoke about how disappointed I was in the first half. I also have to be aware the players have been brilliant for a couple of months, but it's I think this is the reason why you hear me speak all the time about just constantly wanting that little bit more. And yeah, for sure, I think against a good Redden side, I went to watch them against Oxford last week. Yeah, it's a big game for us again.
Have you noticed the intensity this week in training, focus, or the lads switched on?
I'd say I noticed it more today, but yeah, I want that every day. Yeah, I still believe the way that you train is how you're going to play. So yeah, they were good today. They need to be good again tomorrow, and then yeah, I really want to see. It will be two types of games. There'll be moments for sure Redden will have the ball, but I want us to try and be as aggressive as we can in certain areas to win it back. And I didn't quite see that against Port Vale in that first half. The second half was completely opposite, and yeah, we need to understand that if we have to win games, we have to have a certain mindset from the first whistle. And majority of the games the players have. Just that first half, Port Vale, the levels, all of us. So I can't just separate myself and the players when there's a defeat. Those levels were just below where we want to be.
The players that came on in that second half, have they played their way into contention for the game on Saturday, and how's the squad shaping up injury-wise?
Injury-wise, yeah, I think we're pretty similar. There's no returns. I think I'd spoke that the injured ones won't return until next month. Yeah, the players that did well definitely put themselves in contention. But I will have to use the squad, everyone within the squad, the next 4 games. I think the schedule, I love the schedule. I love the Christmas period and New Year. But we'll have to obviously use the squad as best we can. It's something that hasn't always. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. But every player needs to know that they will be used in these next 4 games, and yeah, they need to be ready.
Appreciate obviously it's a new season, a new group on the whole, but do we use the memories of the game there last season as a little bit of motivation going into this week?
No, actually no. It's the first time I've thought about it really. No, it's just it's a very different Redden side as well. Different manager. Being at their club on that Tuesday night, on that Tuesday against Oxford, it felt very different. They're obviously in a difficult period themselves in terms of off the pitch. So no, it feels really, really different for me. Yeah, very separate.
You touched on it there, you alluded to it, they were going through a bit of a tough time off the field, and obviously with everything that we went through in the summer, do you have a bit of sympathy for them in that regard? Yeah,
any club that goes through that, I have massive sympathy. Even last year when I think they got deducted points as well towards the end of the season, they've been deducted -4 I think just now. I take no joy in that whatsoever, even if it was to be a benefit for us in the league position. It's not relevant this season at the moment, but no, I wouldn't take any joy. It's not an enjoyable time, or you also have to think of staff, fans. It's a really difficult time, so no, a big sympathy for them, yeah.
You mentioned about utilising the squad over the busy period. Do you plan ahead for Carlisle, for Derby, for Carlisle in advance, knowing that there's a short turnaround in terms of who's going to feature when, or is it game to game?
Normally I'm game to game. I think in this period I'll try and make some plans where, one, I think tactically maybe already thinking to, well, particularly with Redden and Derby, maybe some players are more suited to others, but maybe the 2 games. But really from tomorrow I'll only be focusing on how do we beat Redden. It's every game feels big for us at the moment. I think I've spoke a lot before about what sort of those minus points have felt like. It just feels like we're fighting as hard as we can to get as far away from that bottom places as we can. So at the moment it just feels very game to game. I quite like it. Any sort of long-term planning in terms of football can be quite difficult. I think we're definitely trying to bring back a certain style. Sometimes it comes across, sometimes it doesn't. But generally at the moment it's game to game.
Finally, off the field, yourself, your coaching staff, the players have been involved in a number of community activities over the busy festive period, and They've been a credit to the club, haven't they? How important is it that the club has played the part in the community during this Christmas time?
Yeah, it's hugely important. It's I know a lot of football clubs, or majority of football clubs, will do this. I think it's a perfect time for us to show support to the community. Say thanks as well for the support they've given us. This year all staff. So we did all my coaching staff. We did the one at the stadium, and I have to credit the players. Some of them haven't always been at easy times because the players have got families too, but the players have done it without a moment's disagreement or any. Some of them have been short notice and they filled in with other players. So I want to say thank you to our players and staff. They've done our club proud in the last few days, and I hope our supporters feel that.